What's going on, everyone? You're listening to Bowl Central here. Hope you're all doing well. I've got another double upload for today, and apologies if this is a bit overkill, but I'm just excited to get the season going. So, as we embark on the start of the NBA season and the Bulls kicking off their opener tomorrow, I will be doing a weekly preview of the Bulls games to come for every week this season. I'll normally come out with these weekly previews every Sunday evening to kick off the week starting on Monday, but since this is the first week and the Bulls season openers tomorrow, I'll be starting this preview, which is week 1 of the season, today. Now in these videos, I'll structure it with the games to be played in the week, my key things that I'll be looking out for or excited to watch, as well as my predictions on which games the Bulls will win. So for this week, the Bulls have 3 games starting tomorrow, as you see, with the Atlanta Hawks. They'll then be off until Saturday, where they'll be back-to-back, starting off hosting the Indiana Pacers, followed by the Golden State Warriors. So all 3 are home games, but what do home games really mean anymore, given the fact that there are no fans? The only advantage a home team has is that they don't have to travel by plane to another city and stay in a hotel. So now for what I'm looking out of in this week's games. Well, first of all, I'm excited for the game against Atlanta, not only because I do think the Hawks will be a very fun team to watch this season. The pieces they've added in Bogdanovic, Danilo Gallinari, Rajon Rondo, and their draft pick in Onyeka Okongwu, more so than just watching those guys, that it's the first Bulls regular season game since mid-March. You know, us Bulls fans, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and let's be honest, even though we still got to watch the Bulls play in regular season games early last year, or I guess early this year, it wasn't all that fun to watch. As the season carried, on, the Bulls continued to struggle. The tension between Boylen and the players, there was no continuity in their style of play, and a lot of times the guys just looked lost on the court. So, I say it's exciting because I think the Bulls will actually be fun to watch this year. I hope they don't prove me wrong in that regard. Now, not that excited about the game against the Pacers. I mean, don't get me wrong, I always enjoy watching the Bulls play. It's just, between these 3 matchups, the Hawks and the Warriors intrigue me more than the Pacers. I think the Pacers will do okay this season, just not a team that I would say, they're going to be exciting to watch by any means. The Warriors, on the other hand, you have to always love seeing Steph Curry play. There's no Klay Thompson this season, but it will be interesting to see their new additions in James Wiseman, as well as Kelly Oubre, and how they're going to fit within the roster. Now, I do know Wiseman suffered a minor injury, so there are questions as to whether he'll be available for the Warriors this week, so we'll have to wait and see on that one, if he's going to be available for the game on Sunday. As far as how I think the Bulls will do this week, honestly, these are fairly tough matchups. I don't think any of them are going to be cakewalks or given wins by any means for the Bulls. And I know I'm a bit biased, but I will try to be realistic as much as I can in predicting the Bulls' performances in any given week while I do these previews. But my guess is the Bulls will go 2-1 for this week. That might be a little too optimistic, but I have them beating the Hawks for their season opener, and I also have them beating the Warriors. I do think both teams, meaning both teams, the Bulls and the Hawks, will come out fired up for their first regular season game in over 9 months. And listen, I know a lot of people are really high on the Atlanta Hawks and the moves they made this offseason, which I agree, they did make some nice moves and they will be a better team. But I still feel like if the Bulls are fully healthy and their talent is actually fully utilized by the coaching staff, unlike last season, then yeah, I think the Bulls are a better team. They're not by much, but a better team. The Hawks are not going to be good on defense this year. We know that. That's a given. They did add Chris Dunn. He'll be their best defender, who I'll miss, but he won't be available for the opener. They'll score a lot. Trae Young is a lethal shooter. He's going to get his no matter what we do. That's That's a given. But if the Bulls can show some defense, at least show the defense they exhibited in the preseason, they should be able to take the Hawks in that first game. As unexciting as I said the Pacers will be, I actually do think they'll win that second game, and then I think the Bulls will beat the Warriors in somewhat of an upset, right? I know it's probably not as much of an upset since the Warriors are expected not to be contenders this year without Clay, but they should be a better team than the Bulls. They'll still be better than the Bulls on paper, again, because they have Steph Curry. Now, if you watch my video on my bold predictions for this season, one of them was that the Warriors will miss the playoffs. So by that token, you likely know I think the Warriors are going to struggle this year, and that it won't be an easy task for Steph Curry by any means, as he doesn't have another sharpshooter alongside him, or two for that matter, like he has had in past years. So in summary, I think the Bulls, they'll go 2-1 for this first week. A quick roster and injury update for the Bulls, as some new developments came out after my video I uploaded earlier today. The Bulls have officially listed Thaddeus Young as out, which was to be expected, so he will not be playing. Satoransky and Dotson are also listed as questionable. I mentioned in my video earlier that Sato did in fact have to quarantine due to potential exposure to COVID from Noah Vonleh, but he did practice fully with the team today, so we'll wait to hear more on that tomorrow. And then another interesting update is that Patrick Williams is listed as probable to be the starter for the opener. This is coming from Casey Johnson, the Bulls beat writer, and I love this move. It sounds like Otto Porter will be coming off the bench. It's a bit surprising. I did think Otto Porter would likely start, at least to kick off the season for the first few games, while Patrick Williams gets a few games under his belt coming off the bench. Not sure if that's ever happened before, where a player starts his very first game in the NBA having never started while playing in college. We'll have to look at the historical stats on that one. Now, Williams isn't starting. It's not official that he is going to be starting. Donovan will release his starting lineup tomorrow, but by all indicators, the rookie will get the nod at the 3 for tomorrow's opener. I do like this move because I actually think Otto is a good veteran presence coming off the bench. Now, I've said it before, and I'll still maintain this, but Otto Porter is a very solid basketball player as a whole. He's just overpaid, so a lot of people automatically give him that overrated status. But he is still a great player, and coming off of the bench and leading the second unit is the perfect fit for him in my view. So I like this move if, again, it in fact happens. Anyway, that'll wrap up the weekly preview. Let me know your thoughts on these previews. Do you like having a preview of the games to come for the week? Would you prefer to see something different? Which of the games you guys are excited about to see this week? Let me know in the comments. As always, be sure to subscribe, especially if you're a Bulls fan, as I post daily Bulls content, and I will catch you guys in the next one.